Good Friday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Friday. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and in today's Entertainment Spotlight, we part of my conversation with the guys of After 7, who are celebrating their brand new album, Unfinished Business, out today. Enjoy today's program. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Friday headlines. In Mississippi news, Senator Roger Wicker tests positive for COVID-19. U.S. Senator Roger Wicker has tested positive for COVID-19, according to a statement from the Mississippi Republican's office. Senator Wicker tested positive on Thursday morning for the COVID-19 virus after immediately seeking a test due to mild symptoms. Senator Wicker is fully vaccinated against COVID-19, is in good health, and is being treated by his Tupelo-based physician, the senator's communications director said in a statement. Wicker, 70, is isolating, and everyone he has recently come in contact with has been notified, the office said. In international news, Taliban suppress more dissent as economic challenges loom. The Taliban violently dispersed scattered protests for a second day Thursday amid warnings that Afghanistan's already weakened economy could crumble further without the massive international aid that sustained the toppled Western-based government. The Taliban have sought to project moderation and say they want good relationships with the international community, but they will face a difficult balancing act in making concessions to the West, satisfying their own hardline followers, and suppressing dissent. A UN official warned of dire food shortages, and experts say the country was severely in need of cash, while noting that the Taliban are unlikely to enjoy the generous international aid that made up most of the ousted government's budget. The Taliban have pledged to forgive those who fought them and to restore security and normal life to the country after decades of war. But many Afghans fear a return to the Taliban's harsh rule in the late 1990s, when the group largely confined women to their homes, banned television and music, chopped off the hands of suspected thieves, and held public executions. On Thursday, a procession of cars and people near Kabul's airport carried long black, red, and green banners in honor of the Afghan flag, a banner that is becoming a symbol of defiance. Video from another protest showed a bleeding demonstrator with a gunshot wound. Onlookers tried to carry him away. Taliban authorities instituted a 24-hour curfew Thursday after violently breaking up another protest, according to information obtained by journalists monitoring from abroad. In national news, man surrenders after claiming to have bomb near Capitol. A man who claimed to have a bomb in a pickup truck near the Capitol surrendered to law enforcement after an hours-long standoff Thursday that prompted a massive police response and evacuations of government buildings and businesses in the area. Police did not immediately know whether there were explosives in the vehicle, but authorities were searching the truck in an effort to understand what led the man, identified by law enforcement officials as 49-year-old Floyd Ray Roseberry of North Carolina, to drive onto the sidewalk outside the Library of Congress and make bomb threats to officers. The standoff was resolved peacefully after roughly 5 hours of negotiation, ending with Roseberry crawled out of the truck and was taken into law enforcement custody. In more national news, record Delta wave hits kids, raises fears as U.S. schools open. With the highly contagious Delta variant spreading across the U.S., children are filling hospital intensive care beds instead of classrooms in record numbers, more even than at the height of the pandemic. Many are too young to get the vaccine, which is available only to those 12 and over. The surging virus is spreading anxiety and causing turmoil and infighting among parents, administrators, and politicians around the U.S., especially in states like Florida and Texas, where governors have barred schools from making youngsters wear masks. And finally, in entertainment news, DaCosta and Peele dare a new generation to summon Candyman. Candyman was always more than a surface-level horror film. The 1992 film dealt with class, race, and trauma, but almost 30 years later, a new version in theaters August 27th reclaims and recenters the narrative around the black experience. The original film took the seeds of a Clive Barker short story set in a Liverpool slum and transported it to Chicago's housing projects, where the boogeyman was black and the lens to the world was a white female student studying urban myths. The film was both praised and the subject of pointed critiques from black filmmakers who noted the regressive racial stereotypes. But it was also successful enough to spawn 2 sequels and prove to be a formidable film for young Jordan Peele, who saw it as a landmark of representation. Following the success of Get Out, Peele and his Monkey Paw Productions set their sights on a Candyman film and signed up-and-coming director Nia DaCosta to direct. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, it's all yours.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Shake yourself loose from the grip of the ego. The ego's grip is an illusion. It controls your choices. The ego attempts to keep God and your true success away from you. Your ego wants your life journey to pretend to go along peacefully. It allows your motives, judgments, and expectations to guide your intentions. You are perfectly happy with your ego just as long as everything goes your way. Real life just doesn't happen this way. At times, you may find yourself in this happy-go-lucky place when life throws a curveball. This is God's way of keeping you in balance and keeping your ego out of balance. These hard knocks are learning lessons. They are in your life to teach you to choose differently. Stay humbled, letting go of your ego mind. You are a very small part of the world God created, and you exist to aid in the healing of our world. Today, understand joy exists within you, whether things go your way or not, and enjoy the day.
The guys of After 7 are featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight. We're here on Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. The guys of After 7 joined me recently on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about their musical journey and the brand new album Unfinished Business that's out today. Here's a bit of our conversation. So, Kavan, I want to kick things off with you. I mean, literally, depending on how our radio audience is joining us, on Friday, August the 20th, you all are releasing Unfinished Business. What does it feel like to have gotten to this place to be able to give your fans what they've been looking for, and that's more After 7?
Well, it's an exciting moment for us. It truly is. I mean, we have a brand new member with Danny here in the group, and we were able to get into the studio at probably what was one of the greatest crises that we all have experienced during the pandemic, to actually go into the studio and record an album that we felt was going to speak more of what I think people really needed in a time like this. And so we're just over the hill excited about being able to share this brand new music with everybody who's been really kind of been anticipating some new music from us, and we're just glad to have the opportunity, truly.
Right. Keith, I mean, people have been going crazy here in the South where I am on the radio in Mississippi. I mean, Bittersweet, I think, was a welcome surprise for a lot of people. Of course, you all followed that up with No Place Like You. I mean, what has it been like for you to be able to see the way that your fans have been responding to the new music?
Well, I'd say that we all were super excited as a result of the success of Bittersweet. That was near the last song that we recorded. A young professional production crew out of Los Angeles, Shakespeare, came up with those lyricals, and Jay Cash did the track. And so we felt like the track would give us an opportunity to merge our sound with the more youthful vibe of the track. And as long as we stayed true to what After 7 does, which is sing R&B, that it could be a magical mix.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning into this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be with you guys on Monday with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host Cyrus Webb saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.